education, my sister, education, my brother. Education is the key to a success. Education, my sister, education, my brother. Education is the key to a success. Our parents' education, as we don't want it, as we want to learn it. We want to learn it for a better future. No longer in analog, we are in digital. Education, our parents' education, as we don't want it, as we want to learn it. We want to learn it for a better future. We no longer in analog, we are in digital.
Now let's see this. We've had even this challenge in our schools, of course, with the vision of fire and everything. Our students learning that this. We are talking about firefighters. These are rules. I just want to look at around maybe 10 rules and relate with what we are doing. And there is a rule number 7. Maybe sometime you may go and look for this book and read more. Even read all the rules. It's very important. Never take the seat that faces the television when sitting at the dining table. That is a rule. I think it's very important. As we go through this, so from today, please never take the seat that faces the television when you are sitting at the dining table. And I look at this and I would ask myself, why? I don't know why. I don't know why. Maybe because you need to concentrate when you're eating. I don't know. Maybe we'll ask the firefighters. But looking at it and relating to our daily life as teachers, we say that we must take certain things seriously. We must take certain things seriously when we are doing the most important things, as even when you are eating also, it's important when you are eating. And you need to really concentrate in what you are doing. You focus in what you are doing. We say you do it wholeheartedly. And when you do that, you will succeed. So that is rule number 7. We get more rules that in the rule number 11, if you don't know what you are doing, you say so. You don't know what you are doing, you say so. So many times we don't know what is happening, and we don't want to say that we don't know. This is very applicable even to students. Sometimes they don't complain or they don't ask questions, they don't raise their hands and ask and say that they don't know what is happening. This is even true, even among us teachers. Sometimes we don't want to say what is happening. But when you don't know what is happening, when you don't understand the process, when you don't understand the program, when you don't understand what is going on, please raise your hand and ask questions. So that we don't journey throughout the year and you say, I don't know what is happening. So say so. Please speak out your mind, ask questions, make contribution as a good teacher. As a good teacher, it's always important to make contribution. To always ask a question when you don't understand something. So there is another rule here. Rule number 14. You shouldn't worry when the guys make fun of you. You should worry when they don't say anything at all. And maybe this is also important. I don't know if this is important, but it's important that we are to know that as a team, for us to work together as a team, for us to journey together as a team, and to succeed as a school, in our as class teachers, as subject teachers in the school. It is important. And I will say it here, because you are different. Remember that people always will have even to talk about you. I mean, I'm talking about difference. We are all different, and sometimes when people even criticize you for a good reason, I mean, positive criticism is good. Let's move. When things go wrong, don't go with them. When things go wrong, don't go with them. Just find a solution. Say what next, and don't go with the wrong thing. Then there is don't tell war stories to men firefighters, to non-firefighters, because it is no one thinks it's exciting as you do. So we are teachers, and sometimes don't you share much with the people who relate with you, who can share the same mind with you. Sometimes trying to explain things to people who don't share your mind, who don't, believe in what you believe, sometimes a challenge. So war stories here can mean, as teachers, you may share more with another teacher. You may share more with someone even in your department. If I'm teaching something, if I'm teaching math, sometimes I may not even share so much about math to someone else. Let's share what is common, okay? Let's share those things that are common that we can relate and all of us can understand. So it's important. Maybe let's go to be the last to go to bed. This is important. It's always important to be the last one to go to bed. Being the last one to go to bed is becoming vigilant and problem with this class. There is a problem with this student. Oh, I saw some student there. It's like Kunashida Leo. There are people. Do we have cows in the school? Yeah. Sometimes you go and say, you come and report and say, I saw a cow. Ni kama iko na problem. It's sick or it's limping. But if you ask someone else, ndajuaje ng'ombe mimi ni mwalimu. Ng'ombe ndajuaje mimi ni mwalimu bwana. So it's good to know. When you be the last one to go to bed, to know your environment. Be the last one. Find out what is happening out there. Be this person who can even come and share and tell us what is happening. Of course, the same thing is true even at home. If you are the first person, there are some people who sleep hata wanalala kwa sofa set. Even as they take a meal, they find themselves asleep. So it's good to be the last one to check everything out there. Oh, the gate, is it closed? What about the door? Check everything. But there are people who, even when it rains at night, tomorrow is when they will ask, because they can't because they are always deep asleep. They say you sleep with one eye. And as a teacher, it's important for you to sleep with one eye. Sleeping with one eye means you know what is happening. So that even sometimes students get surprised. This teacher will know. This teacher will know. When you're on duty, they know. They know it's not a job. But some people, they say, how is it you? So it's important to do that. Be the last one to go to bed. Surround yourself with smart people. As a teacher, surround yourself with smart people. Be always in this company where people are looked forward. Not just in the school, even away from school, even in the church, even in the village, even in town. Always find these people who can challenge you, who can tell you need to do more, who can tell you are not doing fine. I want you to go an extra mile. I want you to build a new house. I want you to buy a new car. I want you to do this. These are people who can challenge you, and they are smart people. Smart people. Don't be these people who will always praise you and tell you are doing very well. You are good. They will always want looks like maybe those people want something from you. But that person who tells you you are not doing fine, you are not doing well, I want you to do more. These are people, these are smart people who are always improving their life, who are always doing something to better their life. It's important. Share your ideas and observations. You never know, it will save someone's life. This is important. Share your ideas with somebody. It's always good to share. So always share your experience, your history. Tell somebody your experiences. It's important when we share about ourselves, about our lives, even while we are in high school, while we are in university. Somebody somewhere may benefit from what you are saying. Then befriend the driver. You won't get anywhere without him. You won't get befriend the driver from today. Is the driver now?
Yes.
The driver. Who is the driver?
He's taking tea.
Yes, sir.
He's taking tea.
Oh, he's taking tea. So you need to see him. Befriend the driver. The driver is the team leader. Anywhere is a team leader. is a team leader. Always befriend that. Make sure that you are in good terms with it. When the driver is taking my children to school, sometimes they pick my kids from home and I see the driver has come very late. I don't harass him very much. I talk to him, but I tell him, because he may end up putting these children in trouble. But I tell him, next time, pichione baada ya kumaliza kazi na mwambie driver, you see what? That was not right. You came very late. But anyway, the driver here is a team leader. If I was talking to students, I would tell them, your driver is your teacher. Your driver is your teacher. Your driver is your parent. I would say in a department, for example, our driver is the head. Maybe as teachers also, our driver would be even our principal. I mean, sometimes we never get anywhere without some people. Sometimes we never get anywhere without our mentors. We need to really respect our mentors. We need to journey together. We need to respect somebody. Yeah, so that is it. It's important. Learn how to swim. And I've taken this personally. I've trained some teachers on how to swim, because every time we look at this, learn how to swim. You don't know, you don't want to be this guy who can go near water. So you need to come and train yourself how to swim. It's important. There are certain things that are important, and some teachers ignore these things. Swimming, driving, others, and many other things. It's important. You should know how to swim, and knowing how to swim does not really mean swimming, but it means doing certain things that can save you once in a while. I mean, when things happen, when things go bad, you should have certain skills. Have some skills. Learn some skills. And when we come to a program like this, find out something in someone, from somebody. I'm this kind of person who, every time I meet a speaker, I will always want to listen to him so that I can get some skills. Maybe I can go apply it at home. I can go apply it in my home. I can go apply it in my farm. I can go apply it somewhere. It is important to learn skills even as a teacher. When we graduate from the universities and like that, we have so much to learn. And I have a challenge with I'm a teacher myself, and our challenge with teachers, they assume that they know everything. Socratic says, the only thing I know is that I know nothing. Yet he was the wisest man. And someone say, if you feel cocky, it is because there is something you don't know. You know the cock philosophy? Chogo philosophy. Another round. So like I know everything. But the jogo, sometimes anaweza kuja kushikwa. Na kupelekwa kuuzwa. Na tena kuchinjwa. So don't feel you know everything. It's learn how to swim. And always consider learning is important. Just because you have the uniform, just because you have the uniform, you have the TSC number, that does not make you a firefighter. It does not make you a teacher, a good teacher. The qualification, even if you got this distinction, it doesn't make you a good teacher. It just makes you a city, county, or government employee. Your peers will tell you if you are a firefighter or not. So let's not just see the qualifications. Let's not just see that we are here. Let's go further. Let's go further and even and do good service and learn and even support somebody and provide quality service and provide. I mean, let's sacrifice our time for the people we are serving. So it's important. And then don't talk about the other department you worked for. No one cares. Don't talk about the other department. Some people talk so much about their village, where they are coming from. Or they even talk about I have a problem with students, with teachers, and workers, people who completed Kenya High School. Kenya High. Where are the Kenya High? Kenya High. Well, Kenya High. Every time they talk to you and say, "Unajua sisi kwa Kenya High,"
they say
Boma. And then University of Nairobi. Sisi watu wa University of Nairobi. Yes, University of Nairobi. You know, they talk about it all the time. And even other people have universities. They come from some universities. And some villages. They also come from some villages. Let's not talk about so much about where we came from or where we are and like that. Let's also give time. Listen more. The common sense approach is usually the best. And this is what we talk about simplicity. It's always good to be simple. Be the teacher who is very simple. Be the teacher who makes everything simple. And tell the students, this is not complicated. this is not complicated. This is simple. I mean, we begin from the common sense. And then we move. Of course, we say known, from known to unknown, is it? We always teach learners from known on. If I'm this kind of teacher who begins from unknown, I begin from unknown. You begin from unknown so that you make the students to know that this is not just an easy thing. We had a teacher who used to tell us, "Madam, do you still remember that you taught me? Madam, somewhere, you taught me." You don't remember, I know. But we had a teacher during my time who used to tell us, "Math is not for everyone. Math is not for you. Hii si mambo ya kuchezea bwana." Sasa utaelewa kweli? And he used to tell us, if you answer the question wrongly, it says, "Class students assume as if just win faster." So that is it. That is it, and I believe it is good. I just wanted us to look at that. Let's now focus on something else. We will have a program running in the school, and it's important that we meet today and discuss so that we can understand better. So let me just go through it very fast so that we get to understand. I have given you some report. We are running a program that is the Socratic Exchange Learning Program. We've been doing this in school, going through when we are. So that is it. We have a program called Socratic Exchange Learning Program. And for those who are new to the program and even to the door, I will only take a few minutes very, very quickly. And that is the name, so that as we have this program in our school, it's important to know the name. To say that is KCADOR, where every time I come to school, I hear students and teachers even say, "That's Socratic program. That's Socratic. That's Socratic." It's not Socratic. The product is Socratic method. But the name of KCADOR, that is KCADOR, Kenya Center of Academicians and Diverse Oriented Research. So that is the name. 10 years old program. We are celebrating 10 years. We've invited you for that celebration. We are in the anniversary months. We started April. Up to December this year, we will be celebrating that, the 10 years in mentorship. That is it. That is the name. That is the full name. And we've always had this challenge in our schools in the 21st century, where we really want to solve this. Finding is an issue. Most of our learners, most people today don't want to find out. They don't go out of their way to search for something new, to research for something new, to go an extra mile, especially our students. That is the problem we have. They cannot do the extra. They cannot read to master content. Of course, again, concentration. Following one course until successful, that is focusing is an issue. How can this program, what can we do so that our learners can be able to find out by themselves, and we stop having wheelbarrow students, where when you leave them there, you get them there. So that as a teacher, you remain a supervisor or a facilitator. But today, the students of today, majority, 80% of them, if you remain as a facilitator or as a supervisor, just watching from somewhere, they will get this. They will get this. So we are forced to go further. But now, what can we do? We should introduce a method so that we can make these learners be self-driven. Now that is it. Just very quickly, I don't want to really focus on this. Very quickly, this is the process. That is success process. According to Kenya Centers of Academicians, we are saying we should begin from somewhere and journey like that. And not from here. We should begin from here, go like this. So that we focus more on learning styles, study methods, and mastery of content. But when we focus on the two of them, we will just achieve this. And this is our main major problem. Mastery of content is an issue. And so, if we just achieve this mastery of content, then all this will not have a problem. We have no problem with this, we have no problem with that. Exam is not an issue. Let's just help our learners master content. But how can we do that? We can only do that by having methods, by embracing methods. I mean, 80% of our schools do 80% to get 20%. 20% of our schools do 20% to get 80%. But 80% of the schools do 80% to get 20%. And so some teachers work extra hard. They work so much. But finally, they achieve so little in terms of results. Can we move from the 80 to 20, so that we do 20 and achieve 80? By helping the learner to master content and studying by their own and realizing that I can study and understand. So let's just, of course we have so many other things. I know at the moment we are focusing on this one. Later on we may even have this program roll down to other learners in the other classes where we can even have the others. And of course we look at that with a kind of burden from the teacher and put it to the student because he's the one who will be doing the exam. You will not be with the student in the exam room. So can we really make these learners be able to master content by themselves? Because finally, you will always receive your salary. But this learner will do exam. You need to assist him. So read, understand with confidence. So it's important, reading, understanding, and presentation. If we succeed by making these learners present what they have learned by word of mouth, then they will succeed. We say, until what has been learned can be presented by word of mouth, no one should claim understanding. And this is what the followers of Socratic say, that if you cannot present by word of mouth, we are assuming that you've not understood. Can we have our learners present? And we talk about Socratic conferences, where learners can present our whole organic chemistry without using any notes or having anything. And they can do that because they have made use of, they have understood. So let's go. If it is taking we have two approaches here. One, Socratic method, which we will explain, and number two, Pareto principle, the 20-80% rule. We talk of doing 20% to achieve 80%. And the report that I've given you here is called Pareto PCS, Pareto Content Survey, Pareto Content Survey report, which we conducted in school. We gave learners books. We had some PCS activity. We took the books back, to our center. We had people who are doing it, and then we have now the report, and that is it. You have the PCS, 20-80% rule. That in anything you do, please consider the 20% that will give you 80%. So that you don't do so much. You get so tired, you get frustrated, and you don't achieve much. So that is the Pareto principle. What is Pareto principle? It is the 20-80% rule that for everything, in fact, the national exam will only test 20% of the areas of the content, from Form 1 to Form 4, only 20%. In biology, we will only test 20% of the content. If I understand that, then I will focus on the 20%, especially as we exit high school. As I prepare learners for a national exam, KCSE preparation program should focus on the 20%. Of course, 20% is different in every school, and 20% is different in every group of learners, because it is based on their area of problem. So we focus on the area of problem. Then to get 80% for many events, even the students in the school who give us problems in the school, they are only 20%. Only 20% of the schools give us troublesome. Only 20% of the students in the class, by the way, can contribute, can even help you to achieve the mean. So who are these learners? So that is, we can relate 20%, 20-80% rule in many ways. We can look at it 20 in terms of our results, time and results. So time is very important. And it is the only thing that somebody can waste your time. If somebody wastes your time, you don't forgive someone for wasting your time. Forgive for everything else, but time is precious. Even our students should understand that time is precious. It's precious than money, it's precious than everything else. So time is very important. So let's focus on that. Time and people. People and time. How many people take 80% of our time? As a teacher, you should even focus on 20% of the students who should give you good results, and also focus on those ones who are not, who sometimes may let you down. Ile watoto wanafunzi, we had the D students, the D students with their parents. That was 20%. What we were doing that time was focusing on the 20%, because we focus on the bottom learners who, when we are not careful, these are the people who let us down, and we will wonder what do you mean leo imeenda wapi, because we will come down. So let's look at that. 20% of the book contains 80% of the content, 20% of the work, of the presentation, of the people, and even sometimes of the food. They may even eat 80% of the food, of the 20% of the people. It is everywhere. Even land in Kenya is owned by 20% of the people. Even land in Kenya. Even the cities is owned by 20% of the people. Now let's focus on that. We look at it academically. come back to school and see what is it, how does it apply. Socratic exchange learning program stages. What I'm just saying is we will focus on the 20% and look at the program stage number 1, issue more PCS materials. That is what we did. And that is it. You can see these are part of that. Those are some of the groups. You see that. You can see that. It was PCS. We conducted the PCS, Pareto content survey. And you can see students now doing the PCS, Pareto content survey, because this is important. We want to diagnose the problem. We say we want to deal with the causes and not the effects. When you deal with the effects, you will not go anywhere. But we deal with the cause. So what are the causes? That is it. That is the PCS. Of course, we are not here to try anything. KCADOR does not try. And really, if we are trying, let's not do it. We are not trying. We must make these learners master the content in that. When we did the PCS, there are 6 areas. And I want you to, maybe as you look at this book, at these results, check even in mathematics. In math, the first page there, that is for Singore girls, I spoke. Those are the issues, those are the areas if they have challenges. And that report you see there, everything written there has a meaning. Everything has a meaning. So we have the 6 areas in math. These learners will be, some 12 learners will be given the assignment to handle these areas and master content completely. And they are supposed to train and teach us and even present, even to another school. Present these areas without any problem. As they teach the rest of the learners in the class, when we fail, we will blame these people for failing in these areas. And these are the areas that are giving them challenge. Now, in English, Kiswahili, the same, all the learners in the class and in our school, actually we have an advantage of numbers. Socratic method favors numbers. Every time we have this program in a school that is having large number, they succeed more. Because the Socratic program is exchanging knowledge. You know, you share and then you give like that. It's like once a one cup, once a one table. This one is on the table. This is these learners who are mastering content, and I will tell you how they will master content. Mastering content and training others like that is powerful to train someone, to teach someone. We all know the secret as teachers, but sometimes we don't tell the students. Now, random based, how are we going to choose the learners? We use the learners using the second method, no, the third one. We use the mixed ability based method, where we have learners some learners in the group are doing very well in that subject, others are not very good. So we have this, we take this. Then we have that. Then in the third stage, we have the Socratic conferences, internal conferences. Internal conferences, we begin. We want to begin it even as far as this would be possible. We will have the students presenting areas. And this is a 100 minutes discussion, a presentation, official presentation. We have around 15 rules on this. When the learners begin, they are supposed to, there are rules which we will give them. And they present these topics without using any notes. All organic chemistry from beginning to the end, because they have mastered the content. And the rest of the learners are listening, if it's another school or within their school, for around 40 minutes. Then they're given for 30 minutes. Then they're given 40 minutes to ask the presenters questions. We are always there. The Kenya Centers for Academicians team will always be there when they are doing it, and the subject teachers. We listen to them. We are not supposed to interrupt them until the end of the presentation. Is when now we can come in, and then the teachers will be the last one to speak and make some comments and even correct the students. It's very interesting, I tell you. And I have that is the reducing the tail, enlarging the head program, head and tail. We will go to that stage where now we pick learners who are doing well, and we say these are the learners who, when we help, we just get the A's. These are the learners, if we are not careful, we now give them a proper program about the Socratic method, not the Socratic method. We will get there very soon. And of course, you've seen that. I think you've, something else very important we need to understand. We also gave, even this one has meaning, that I'm not going to that now, that is very simple, but simplicity does not mean easy. It's very simple method in 2 minutes. That every day, each student is supposed to study for 50 minutes. Find somewhere to study for 50 minutes. And I know It's not different from what they have been doing. They are always studying. You always have personal prep time. So when they study for 50 minutes, the first 50 minutes is used to study to master content. Really to understand. They will read in the book. There is a way they have been, it is explained. In the next 10 minutes, they are supposed to meditate. In the next 5 minutes, they are supposed to peruse through the book. In the next 5 minutes, they confirm what they have, now they set questions. They take this book here. You see in this book somewhere there, you will have space where it's written Socratic card table. They will set questions there. They are supposed to be setting questions on every day. Set 10 questions here. I read, for example, a topic in biology, nutrition in plants and animals. I read for 50 minutes, and I take the textbook away, and I set 10 questions from my mind, setting it in the book. I now use this book. I leave the textbook alone, and I set them here. When I have set them here, I take my card. Socratic card is a special plastic card, whereby it is coated with some material, so that when you write like this, you can rub it in the evening, and then you write something else. It's almost like whiteboard, but you use a pencil. They move around every day. As they meet with another friend, they take their card and they ask questions. When they are lining up, I've seen in your school, sometimes they line up for food, and in another school, where they are doing this program seriously, students are not just lining up for food, they are busy asking themselves questions. Each one of them has a card containing 10 questions, and really it is wonderful. Every day, a student can interact with even 5 students, and that is 10 times 5, that is 50 questions, answering 50 questions from just moving around. During as they move from dorm to somewhere, from class to where, during break time, kidogo, they are supposed, Form 4s are always question and answer. Always question and answer. So that is what they should be doing. When they interact with one friend, they mark Socratic friend 1, they mark here, Socratic card, and you ask them the questions. Because they are the ones who set the questions, they should answer them well. Before they begin a class, when I'm a teacher, I go to the class, before I begin a Kiswahili lesson or English, I say, can 2 students come here and begin to do a quick Socratic presentation? That will take like 2 minutes of your time. But you see what? You will test them and know whether they are studying or not, whether they are doing the work in your subject or not. And it's interesting to ask questions. When they set questions, when you begin setting questions, I've had this as a testimony from even teachers who are in the university. They say, even when you use these programs as adults, we succeed. We get a distinction. Because this is something practical. This is not a trial. When you set questions every day, and you set on the areas that are having problems, and you interact with friends, surely you are going to do very well. So they will be doing that from the book to the card. Every day they are setting questions to the book. They will remain permanently here, but they transfer to the card immediately so that they can carry. You see why students forget? They fail in exam. It's not that they don't study. They have forgotten. They did not take time to meditate upon what they were reading. So what about if we make them meditate by carrying these cards every day? What is wrong with them carrying cards every day everywhere? What's wrong with that? Since these people have only some few months in school, and after that, they will be out. So let's make them do these things. So let's look at that. You can see in this school, and this is their school. Today I have those from Tulo Girls. This is Tulo Girls High School. They are also from Tulo Girls. And this is the Tulo Girls High School during break. And they improved this year. And I know that next year they will even do better. We were here to celebrate results with the Kula Muziapa last week, the other week, because of last year's results. And that is it. Every break time, even some schools, even some primary schools have started doing the same thing. This is Potter's House Academy. They are beginning to do it because they understand the importance. And it's about question and answer, question and answer, question and answer. Say 6. These are the Socratic conferences. And you can see how powerful this method is. You can see the method, how it is powerful. All the time, all the time. What you may ask yourself, when do students do this? We have a lot of time, by the way. Sometimes we don't want to admit we have a lot of time. When you see people saying we are busy school, we are busy. They are busy, but when you check in the results, it's a problem. So they are busy doing a lot of 80% to get 20%. So let's change our methods. Let's change our methods so that we even have time to relax. But you will not have time to relax anyway. Even in the successful schools, they still work hard. Evening, lunch, when are they doing this? When are they doing it? They are doing it during the time in who are to do it in time. During lunch time, when I pick a lunch, when the lunch, evening time, there's some wasted time there, they are somewhere. All the time they are asking themselves these questions. I said, as they do that, I say it's question and answer, but I'll give you before the end of the day. There was an issue with that. So when you look at the blooms, the true analysis, you can see this is like 2, 3, 2, 8, 3, 4. This is like in the whole class, looking at their Bloom's problem, we realized that analytic questions was most challenging area. Analytic questions. They would not handle more challenging. The analytic questions was a problem with them, more than other areas. So we'll look at that. And then you have also evaluation. But I know when you do more tests, this will be an issue also. Evaluation questions. But I think that is it. Mastery of content in terms of just getting the knowledge, they had it. They had the content, they had it. But problem is translating the same thing and communicating the same information in a classroom. So I believe that we will work just on that. We are going to do a fantastic job, and these learners, one good thing about this class is that the attitude is good. I know there are some challenges, but I know, putting everything aside and thinking positively, we have to think positively and act positively. We are going to, they can surprise everyone.
Rusha akirusha. Funga ile side nyingine.
Akirusha anarusha. Nafunga nini?
Sawa, panga yako.
Sasa ni sababu.
Usifunge hata.
Wewe jamaa hata hawezi.
Alikuwa mingi hata.
Ende side yako.
Ile side nyingine.
Sawa. Sawa.
Sawa tesi. Juu yake hapo juu.
Sawa, si weka mwisho sawa. Ama second last. Ya pande. Weka katikati sawa.
Na venye tu kuna formula iko hapa.
Usifikirie sana.
Hata kufikiria itasaidia.
Sawa namba 2 sawa. Weka namba 2.
Hapo sawa.
Weka hapo.
Usifuate kichomba.
Aya, fuata hiyo funga block hiyo. Block hiyo. Block kuna venye tu.
Ni sawa, yetu lia.
Block. Laka block ipo.
Enda namba 3. Oh. Sawa namba 3.
Sawa
namba 3.
Sawa namba 4.
Namba 3 sawa.
Sawa namba 4. Sawa namba 4. Sawa namba 4. Sawa namba 4.
Weka namba 3. Namba 3. Sawa namba 3. Namba 3 sawa.
Namba 4.
Namba 3 sawa.
Namba 3 sawa.
Namba 3 sawa.
Weka namba 4. Weka namba 4.
Namba 3 sawa.
Sawa namba 4. Sawa namba 4.
Haya sawa, weka namba 3. Namba 3 sawa. Namba 3 sawa. Weka namba 3. Namba 3 sawa, please.
Namba 3 sawa. Sawa namba 3. Namba 3 sawa.
Weka namba 3 sawa.
3 sawa.
Namba 3 sawa.
Sawa, hata ukiweka 3 hapo.
Hata uweka namba 4, weka namba 7.
Haitasaidia sana.
Hapo na mbili, hapo na mbili. Naenda hapo na mbili.
Hapo complex sasa. Hapo yote.
Sawa.
Sawa.
Sawa. Funga. Funga. Sawa, enda number 5. Diagonal. Weka diagonal.
Bado jeja. Iko moja.
Sawa, weka tu yote.
Kuna hapo.
Relax.
Anza kuchanga sawa.
Ukiona tumefika silipa sawa.
Chenga sasa.
Hesabu ya sawa imeisha.
Lagat, unajua kwamba historia.
Anza kuchanga ingine sawa.
Janga ingine sawa. Tuweke.
Tutajengewa hapo. Kama tutabomoa.
Haya. Unajua siku.
Weka juu yake Lagat.
Lagat.
Hakuna mahali anashinda, si ndio?
Hakuna.
Si hakuna mahali anashinda. Weka hapa na
Fanya makosa uone.
Chenga yako mwisho.
Lagat, weka hiyo nilipenda kuweka. Weka hiyo.
Lakini sawa, weka tu.
Yes.
Funga.
Tawin wapi?
Weka number 3.
Kuna maana tawin bado.
Weka number 3.
Sawa, na unajua ulifanya makosa.
Number 3. Number 3. Hakuna hata wageka hata win.
Lagat.
Weka 3.
Weka hapa.
Weka tobo number 7 Lagat.
Weka 4. Endi karibu. Nana
Weka hiyo number 7.
Ndio ijaze hiyo ingine.
Hata hakuna kitu inasaidia.
hata weka tu yenye unaona tu iko sawa. Haya.
Sawa katikati sawa. Sawa itatusaidia ni hapo.
Sawa kama kidogo.
Weka 1.
Sawa, situmalize hii game.
Sawa, 15. Maliza. Sawa. Maliza. Sawa, number 3. Number 3 sawa, number 3 sawa. Hawezi. Block. Block.
Sawa, hapo chunga hapo. Sawa.
Lagat number 7. Number 15.
Ungefuata mambo ya Madam Chemistry.
This is a good team. You see, they have been able to play up to here. That means it's brilliant.
Yes. Number 2.
Number 24.
Number 2 of course. Number 2.
Number 2.
Umemwekea iko 3.
Sawa sasa.
Hapo iko sawa.
Weka iko sawa.
Number 2 iko sawa. Sawa.
Uko na option mbili. Uko na option
Sawa
mbili.
cheza number 3.
Sawa number 5.
Ama weka number 2.
Aweke 5.
Wewe team sawa
Sawa
Hiyo amecheza kufungana.
Lagat umeona mali. Umeona?
Sawa weka number 3. Mbaya.
Sawa, maliza. Hivi tu haitaki kufikiria hata.
Sawa 3.
Tutakudisqualify sawa.
Hapo.
Time sawa.
Hapo.
Sawa, weka number 2. Weka number 2. Number 2.
Wacha wamalize.
Hata ukifanya hakuna wina.
Sawa, weka number 2. Weka number 2.
Number 2.
Weka number 2. Sawa, number 2.
Number 2 from number 9. Karibu na number 9 huko.
Sione hakuna namba nane kwa habari yangu.
Weka number 2.
The second row from this side.
Weka number 3.
Time now.
Number 2 sawa.
Lagat.
Thank you so much. I'm Kieng Wilfred, the Regional Consultant of the Kenya Centers of Academicians and Diverse-Oriented Research, where we invest in the brains. And today we are happy to be here. We've hosted Singore Girls High School teachers, and this is a teachers conference where we are emphasizing on the role of the class teacher. The class teachers being having a special position in the school, where they are actually the leaders in their classes. They are like the principals of their classes. Their class is a school, and they are the managers of that class. We are here to celebrate also the good work that we've been doing in school all this time, and we have come here to take lunch. And as KCADOR, we just want to congratulate the principal of the school for having time and sacrificing to bring the teachers here so that they can be able to have time to share and relax. So we are here to support the school. We are KCADOR is a mentor organization, and we are happy to be here to support our lovely school. I will not say much today because we have the school, we have the principal, we have the class teachers who are here. They have the time to mention or maybe say a few things. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you very much for this opportunity. We have just concluded a one-day seminar with our class teachers of Singore Girls Secondary School. My name is Lynette Besi Kabongo, Chief Principal, Singore Girls Secondary School. I want to say that we are very appreciative for the session we had today and the program that we were taken through today, because we realize that in the 21st century, we have to focus on learner management. The students we are teaching in this 21st century sometimes may be ahead of us, and that emanates into whatever exposure they get out there, which sometimes may not be productive for them. But I want to say today, we have been taken through the role of the class teacher in managing discipline, in managing learning, in managing teacher-parent relationship, which all culminate into academic performance. For you all know that our education system is academic and result-oriented. And the activities we were taken through today, we have realized that class management at the basic level is what is going to take us with all the energy, with all the ideas that will place our students in the world of academia, in the world of professional development, and whatever opportunities that will be available for them out there. I want to say thank you very much to the management of this program. It is a professional program that has assisted very many schools, especially the giant schools in our republic, and we believe that we are joining the league. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I'm Mr. James Sawe, the Senior Master, Academics and Student Mentorship at Singore Girls. We just finished the seminar on the class teachers, and we have learned so much on the Socratic programs, which will assist our students in planning and also attaining what they have learned. Thank you very much, and God bless you.